Hi everyone, I'm Fairy Meadow. I'm here today on behalf of facepaintingtips.com to make an Easter face painting tutorial for you. I'll be using lots of different products today, and I'd like to start out by taking this twist Prismacake, and I've got it on a high density sponge here. I'm going to hold it at a 45-degree angle, press it onto my eyelid, and tap up and down. This is called stippling, and I'm going to stipple this color onto my eyelid just like that, so I get all those fun pastel Easter colors in one big swipe. Very simple. The next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to make a cute little ducky right there, a little duck shape. Now a duck is just, two kind of circles and a little beak with some cute little legs. I'm using a number 4 round to create that duck. I'm just loading my brush up with that same yellow paint that's on my Twist Prismacake. You can see it on my eyelid actually. So I'm going to make a little circle right here for my duck's body. Nice and easy, like that. Then I'm going to make a little circle right here for his cute little face. They can be about the same size. It's going to be kind of a very cartoony little duck. You can make a little point right there for his wing. It looks fairly light because I'm fairly pale. I'll zoom in so you can see it a little better. So it's kind of almost an almond shape because you make that circle, then you make the wing on top, and the nice round little face. Now I'm going to make a little beak shape with a little point coming out of the top. And then you can go ahead and you can take a smaller brush if you'd like, or you can use the exact same brush and make some little legs. I'm just going to switch to a smaller brush, and I'm going to use a slightly darker color. I'm going to use an orange, and in fact I have this fun Prismacake right here. I'm just using it because I kind of want to mix the yellow and red and get that orange stripe that's on it to really show up so that you can see his legs a little better. Mix a little red into it. I'm going to go under his body and make a little shadow with that orange. Give him cute little legs with those little fork feet at the base. And they're really small. You can go ahead and use this same orange that's on your brush to sort of define the wing a little bit better like that. And if you want, you can even go into that beak area. Give your duck's beak a little more definition too. We're going to do some shading with some black in a little while, so he'll pop a little bit more. But since we have the paint on our brush, why waste? Alright, so there's our duck. He's really sweet. Now we're also going to make some flowers. I'm going to make kind of a simple flower using a number 3 round. It's kind of a teardrop motion. It's 5 little teardrops to 4 little teardrops, and the end point is the center of the flower. I'm going to make daisies because I think they're a really wonderful flower for Easter. So I'm going to use white. You can use any color you'd like. I might mix in a few other colors too. We'll see where we wind up. I'm going to start at the top point, pushing and pulling in, pushing and pulling in, pushing and pulling in, just like that to make my first little daisy shape. They don't have to be perfect. Real flowers rarely are. Make a little one right here. Like that. And then maybe 3 little petals coming down. Right there. And then they can fade into 2. And then just make some dots, sort of trailing away, like so. Now I'm just going to keep making these daisies around and down the side. Alright, so we've got our little duck and we've got some daisies floating around. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to add a little bit of green to make the leaves, and then we'll make the center of our flowers. I'm going to actually use a shimmery metallic green that Diamond FX makes. I've got it right here on my palette. And I'm just going to make little leaves coming from behind each of these flower petals. Just making little tiny. Make a swirl if you want coming out of one. And you can even bring some little swirls coming up and out of these little daisies that are all around the eye. Okay, so I'm going to make the centers of all of these flowers using this Pink Diamond FX Metallic color that's in that same palette as the green that I used for my flowers. Just go ahead and you can make a single dot if you'd like. I like making several little dots. And you can go ahead and you can switch the colors if you want. And you can use this pink to make some little dots here and there. So it looks like there's some more little flowers mixed up in your white daisies. And once you have all of your flowers and your dots and your swirls and your leaves all finished, you can go ahead and load up that really tiny number 2 round brush. You can use the tip of a number 3 or a number 4 if you have it. And we're going to outline our little duck. So just start with his head. Make him a little beak. His beak can be smiley. Little circle shape for his head. And his wing. I like to make those little sweeps up for his wings so it looks like little feathers. He's kind of behind the flowers now, isn't he? So you can go ahead and just trace the parts of him that aren't hiding. And you can shadow his little leg a little. There's his back leg. His front leg is all behind the flowers now. You can make a little eye for him. If you want, you can just make a half moon shape like that. That kind of creates the illusion of a happy eye because of the way it's shaped. Or if you want, you can fill that in. And make some cute little eyelashes. I'm not really sure if real birds have eyelashes. But there's the little duck. And then just to make everything pop, you can outline your flowers if you have time or if you like to. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that with some of these. I just went ahead and traced some of my vines and my leaves as well while I was at it. You don't have to trace hard, just make a little shadow. Alright, so there's my Easter eye design with my little ducky. The products that I used are a Diamond FX palette, a couple different colors off there. I also used a twist Prisma cake, a hot Prisma cake. I used white by Diamond FX, and I used black by Diamond FX, as well as a high density sponge, a number 4 and a number 2 round, and that was everything. You can dump glitter on this when you're done if you want. It'll make it really sparkly and sweet. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a really fun Easter and have a great day. Bye!